In 2022, after 2 years of COVID lockdown in Australia, we got brave enough to follow our dream of owning our own motorhome. For about 10 years, we'd been renting motorhomes around the world, but mostly out of Germany. We were determined it was time to tour Europe in our very own van. Having rented so many different vans, we knew exactly what we wanted down to the exact model. For us, it was the Sunlight T69S. To my delight, Pullinger's in Halstead in the UK had one for sale on their website, so we bought it sight unseen. At just under 7 metres and on a Fiat Ducato chassis, Lizzie had the perfect internal fit out for us. The front seat swiveled to the dining area, a perfect size for the two of us. With a full-length fridge, 3-burner hot plate and large oven, we could make all our favourite meals, saving us heaps on eating out. We even treated ourselves to a cheap Asda microwave. What we really loved was the island bed, made even better with my Dunelm bedding. There was great storage overhead and under the bed, with hanging space on either side. This, coupled with the toilet and separate shower, made the T69 the model for us. The full-length storage at the rear of the van was essential to house all our bits and bobs, as well as our huge suitcases carted from Australia. Knowing we would spend most of our time in Europe, we had a gas-low system fitted by the dealer. Lizzie came with bike racks and an awning, which was essential for the summer months. We also had a lot of extras added by the dealer: constant reversing camera, extra leisure battery, solar panel, sat-nav and sound system, wing mirror protectors, windshield cover, phantom tracking and alarm system, and a 5-year extended Fiat warranty. We hated drilling holes in our lovely Lizzie, but we risked it to fit extra door locks onto the cab. After lots of trips to Dunelm and Go Outdoors to kit Lizzie out, and more trips to Tesco to fill the pantry, we headed off on a 2-month tour of England and Wales. We travelled around 2,000 miles before returning to the outskirts of London to put Lizzie into storage for 3 months while we returned to Australia. We flew back into the UK in mid-July and took the Eurotunnel to cross the Channel on the 1st of August. Because we love the challenging alpine hikes and via ferratas, we spent most of our time travelling through the Alps of Austria and Italy. When bad weather forced us out of the Alps, we enjoyed the flatter terrain and bike trails of Germany, France and Luxembourg. By late October, the weather was cold, wet and miserable, so we returned to the UK. Lizzie had taken us on 5,365 miles through narrow country lanes and over steep mountain passes, and had given us a memorable holiday. Whilst our original plan was to keep Lizzie for 5 years, we came to realise that putting Lizzie in storage for months on end, especially through winter, would weigh heavily on us. We contacted Pullinger's and they offered to buy Lizzie back, so we were able to return her before flying home to Oz. So what challenges did we face buying a motorhome in the UK from 10,000 miles away in Australia? Firstly, it's essential to choose the right vehicle, and we just didn't want to take the risk of buying a second-hand vehicle, so we chose to buy a new motorhome from a reputable dealer. It was just luck that the exact motorhome we wanted was for sale at the time. Pullinger's were great and let us pay a deposit in January, knowing we couldn't fly over to pick it up until March. They also did a great job of sourcing and fitting all our extras. The sale was all done either by email or over the phone. Buying direct from the dealer made registration easy, and we had plenty of relatives in the UK, so could supply a UK address. That wasn't a problem. Insurance, however, was a real challenge. Most insurers will not cover non-residents, and those that do vary enormously in price and conditions. We found Keith Michaels to be excellent, They found us an insurer at a reasonable price, but that did require quite a lot of conditions to cover us. We had to fit a high quality standard of alarm and tracking device, and they also had to approve the storage facility that we were going to put Lizzie in while we were away. The challenge for us, and why we ended up selling, is that in storage the van needs to be checked and battery maintained regularly, and we just couldn't do that. Equipping the motorhome with everything we need and or wanted was expensive, and for us we went a bit overboard. Thinking it was a 5-year plan, we thought we'd get everything that we wanted. Most people can fill their van with things from home, things like tools, bikes, cookware, linen, etc. The list is almost endless. We had to buy everything from scratch, and then we left, we just had to give it all away. And lastly, selling the vehicle. We didn't have the luxury of time to do a private sale to get the best price, so we sold it back to the dealer. Timing for us wasn't good as the currency conversions were brutal. We bought when the pound was high and we sold when the pound was low. Thanks, Liz Truss. So do we regret buying Lizzie? No way. We absolutely loved having her. Do we regret selling Lizzie? Sometimes, but it seemed the right decision at the time. So would we recommend others to buy or rent? We can't say, as everyone's situation is different. A big consideration is, where do you want to travel? We wanted to mostly tour the Alps, but we were not able to buy a motorhome in Europe, so we bought where we could, in England. We didn't find the UK motorhome friendly, and travelling from the UK to the Alps added time, cost and inconvenience for us, so we will now go back to renting out of Germany. What we would say to everyone is, do your homework, and whether you buy or rent, just get out there and don't leave it until you're in your 70s like us.